2 dead, 3 rescued in another Adamawa boat mishap. 10 die, 7 injured in Lagos-Ibadan Expressway crash. Organized labor unhappy with the federal government over stoppage of 35,000 naira wage award payment. From the foreign scene, 20 killed as fighters storm police station in northwest Pakistan. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us. And now we head on to the news at this hour. Now, 2 persons, a nursing mother and her baby, have reportedly died in a fresh boat mishap at Gamadio village in Numan local government area of Adamawa State. The chairman, Numan local government area, Christopher Sufori, confirmed the incident to a government delegation led by the state deputy governor, Caleb Tapwa George Farauta in Numan on Monday. Sufori said 5 persons were on the ill-fated boat when it capsized, adding that 3 persons were rescued. He said the 2 bodies were yet to be recovered as the local council and the National Emergency Management Agency, the NEMA, are mapping out ways to recover the bodies of the help of local divers. Adamawa State Deputy Governor Professor Kale Tapwa Farauta, who visited the area, challenged relevant agencies to ensure the provision and enforcement of the use of life jackets by canoe users to minimize the loss of lives and properties during such eventualities. The incident occurred when the victims were said to be crossing River Gamadio to Numan local government area. Now, troops of the 1 Mechanized Division of the Nigerian Army deployed to Birnin Yero in Igabi local government area of Kaduna State have rescued 9 people who were kidnapped by bandits at Anguan, Maharba and Dandemi village within the council. According to a Monday statement by the Acting Deputy Director of Army Public Relations, Lieutenant Colonel Musa Yahya, the troops who were on routine patrol in the general area of Kanzaure received credible intelligence on the kidnap incident of 11 civilians at Angwan, Maharba and Dandemi villages by the bandits. He said in conjunction with the Civilian Joint Task Force, the troops swiftly mobilized and laid ambush on the bandits' crossing point on Friday, 8 December 2023. According to him, the troops overpowered the bandits in a gun battle and successfully rescued 9 of the kidnapped victims, while some of the bandits escaped with gunshot wounds. The army spokesman, however, announced that 2 of the kidnapped victims, Safia Saidu and Saadatu Saidu, were killed by the bandits before the arrival of the troops. And in Jigawa State, the police command has arrested 3 suspected car thieves and recovered 3 vehicles. This was contained in a statement on Tuesday by the command's Assistant Public Relations Officer, ASP Abubakar Isa. According to Isa, those arrested are Abdullah Hissani, age 28, of Mashi local government area of Katsina State, Farouk Adamu, 29, of Kefi local government area of Nasarawa State, and one other. When searched, 9 different master keys, different plate numbers, and some mechanic tools were said to have been recovered from them. An angry man identified as Sadiq Idris has reportedly shot and killed his own mother, whom he accused of witchcraft in Adamawa State. The 30-year-old Sadiq of Boga in Gombe local government area opened fire on his biological mother on the 5th of December 2023, leaving her lifeless. Sadiq, who admitted killing his mother, added that he does not regret killing her. Instead, he sympathized with his father for marrying and staying with her for all this while. The suspect said his mother had been appearing to him in a dream as a witch and causing him sleepless nights. While confirming the incident, the spokesman of the Adamawa State Police Command, SP Suleiman Yahya Nguroje, explained that the suspect murdered his mother over allegation of witchcraft. SP Nguroje said the suspect was apprehended following a tip-off, adding that the Commissioner of Police has directed that the matter be transferred to CID for discreet investigation and prosecution. No fewer than 10 passengers have been reportedly killed when 2 vehicles crashed on the popular Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. The accident occurred around the Kara turning towards the interchange area of the highway. A spokesperson for the Federal Road Safety Corps, the FRSC, command in Ogun State, Florence Okwe, said 7 other persons were injured. Okwe gave the details of the 2 vehicles as an ash-colored Toyota Hi-C bus with a number plate FKY898YF and an orange-colored Iveco truck tipper. She said a total of 18 male adults were involved in the crash that was suspected to be caused by excessive speeding. Now, according to Okpe, the bus lost control and rammed into the tipper that was about negotiating the turning. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has again expressed his condolences to the families of Nigerians who lost their lives in the recent bombing in Tudimbiri, the Igabi local government area of Kaduna State. Speaking at the palace of the Shehu of Borno, Abubakar Ibn Umar Garbai Al-Amin El-Kanemi, during his visit to the state, the president pledged that the federal government will continue to do all within its powers to provide support and care to the families of all Nigerians affected by the remnants of insecurity in parts of Borno State. The president declared that under his watch, security issues will remain a top priority, but not limited only to battlefield concerns. Borno State's Governor Babagana Zulum acknowledged the steady improvements in collaboration between security agencies and the Borno State government, adding that this has led to extend or enhanced security in the state. On his part, the Shehu of Borno, Abubakar Ibn Umar Garbai Al-Amin El-Kanemi, urged the president to deliver infrastructural interventions to areas that have been hit hard by insurgency over the years. The organized labor and the federal government are on a collision course over the government's failure to sustain the payment of 35,000 naira wage award to workers. Workers in the Federal Civil Service on Monday noted that the federal government only paid 35,000 naira wage award for September. Following the removal of the fuel subsidy by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on his assumption of office, the federal government agreed to pay 35,000 naira to each of its workers to reduce the hardship caused by the subsidy removal. The government, in a memo signed by the chairman, National Salary, Wages and Income Commission, Ekpo Nta, stated that the payment of the wage award would begin to take effect from September 1st, 2023. However, findings indicate that the government only paid the wage award for September. The House of Representatives Committee on Appropriations on Monday interfaced with 4 MDAs on their budget projections and expectations for the year 2024. This is part of the ongoing budget defense by MDAs aimed to ensure that President Bola Tinubu's administration's efforts in actualizing its renewed hope agenda of revamping the nation's economy as well as tackle perennial insecurity in the country comes to fruition. The report.
Stakeholders present here are those the House of Representatives Committee on Appropriations had insisted must all appear before it unfailingly. Chairman of the committee, Abubakar Bichi, before grilling the heads of the MDAs present on day 2 of the ongoing exercise, said the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu will not be achieved unless revenue-generating agencies increase their targeted revenue. He pleaded with the Comptroller General of NCS, Adewale Adingi, to think of increasing the targeted 5 trillion naira.
We believe that we really have to look into it and to support Mr. President to actualize his 8-point agenda. No matter how Mr. President wants to actualize his agenda, he needs some funds, he needs some money. And the only way for him to get money is through all these GOEs, and to see how we can interact with them, how we can have more funding.
The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, gave a rundown of the revenue projections and expectations of government in the face of the micro and macroeconomic climate of the country today. He also threw more light on issues around government borrowing plans and constraints on the 2024 budget, amongst others.
So we'll be looking to get more revenue from across the board of government business, which means the government-owned enterprises, the parastatals, as well as looking to private sector investment.
Members of the committee questioned MDAs on their budget projections and how they intend to achieve them.
How do you find a balance so that Nigerians don't get overtaxed, one? Secondly, so that small businesses don't crumble in the process of beefing up taxation.
While the executive director of the Nigerian Telecommunications Commission said the commission has perfected all avenues available to it to generate enough to meet the commission's projection of 224 billion naira for 2024, the Comptroller General of Customs also pledged to meet its 6 trillion naira target.
An analysis of our performance in 2023 shows that we had a very, very slow start to the year. And we know that there were a number of factors that were responsible for the slow performance in the year.
In another development, the House of Representatives Committee on Customs met with the Comptroller General of Customs. The Customs and Excise Committee called for the setting up of a tripartite committee comprising the Central Bank of Nigeria, Ministry of Finance and the Nigerian Customs Service to provide a coordinated platform on fiscal and monetary policies for the country.
I'm excited about the upcoming meeting in Lagos, where we will engage with key stakeholders in the economy to delve deeper into the critical issues and explore collaborative solutions for advancing our nation's economic development.
The committee is expected to continue with the budget defense on Tuesday.
You're watching News Update on Trust TV. Coming up, farmers cry out as irrigation facility is left unattended to in Daura. This and more after the break. Stay with us.
We started manufacturing leather since 1958. But the most important thing is that if the system is checked correctly, we won't have where we are now.
If somebody has depression, they may just be very irritable and unproductive in the office. So you find on average already about 1 in 4, 1 in 5 Nigerians already have mental illness, mental health condition that needs some form of attention.
No matter how good an economy is, if the federal government goes bust, believe me, everything in the economy is just a matter of time it will go bust. So first of all, about maybe slightly above below 70% is in federal government securities.
If government has banned importation of fertilizer and states are doing it at the level of governance, but I believe that production and distribution of fertilizer should be left to the private sector.
This is the general multi-purpose card, and it has a chip here. So this chip is about 80 kilobytes. The one that you get from the bank for ATM is just 4 kilobytes. So this is like 20 times.
Are you interested in the latest news and developments in Nigerian politics, policy, governance, and other critical national issues? Look no further than Daily Politics on Trust TV. Our panel of experts and key people in government provide in-depth analysis and commentary on the biggest stories in Nigerian politics.
And 33.3 million Nigerians are suffering from multidimensional poverty.
Is a much calmer Buhari than the Buhari who was in the khaki uniform.
Naira to Naira X rate is higher anywhere in the world. The Naira is higher than dollar exchange rate. So you want to
This central bank governor you're doing, you must do it fast.
Number of casualties we have had, we shouldn't have had. Security as far as Nigeria is concerned, we have wronged.
From the inner workings of government to the latest on legislation, rule of law, implementation, and democracy, we have you covered. Don't miss out on the latest political news and discussion. Tune in to Daily Politics, weekdays on Trust TV, your source for reliable and unbiased coverage of Nigerian politics.
Hello and welcome to Creative Lounge on Trust TV. My name is Ahmed Mohammed Bello and I'm going to be taking you through my journey as an artist.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is News Update on Trust TV. Here's a recap of our top stories. 2 dead, 3 rescued in another Adamawa boat mishap. And 10 die, 7 injured in Lagos-Ibadan Expressway crash. Now moving on to more stories, the street sweepers in Ondo State have staged a peaceful protest over non-payment of their stipends for 4 months. The sweepers, who were mostly women, marched to the premises of the Ministry of Environment and threatened to stay away from work if their stipends were not paid. It was learned that they were engaged by a private firm, ZL Global Alliances, who was contracted to keep Ondo State clean by being in charge of waste management and recycling. The protesters said that they were former workers of Ondo State Waste Management that were contracted to ZL Global Alliance since 2019. Oluwaseun Ogunniyi, who spoke on behalf of the protesters, said they were paid 10,000 naira monthly and were being owed for 4 months. The deputy general manager of the firm, Toby Benjamin, in a statement said the protesters were being owed 1 month's salary due to logistic challenges. He said the street sweepers would be paid next week. Thousands of irrigation farmers at Deberam site in Daura local government area of Katsina State risk losing their crops if authorities remain adamant about the state of irrigation facility that serves the farmers. Nearly 5,000 irrigation farmers at the Dabiram Dam site rely on the 3 solar-powered machines to water their crops since 2021, when the dam was rehabilitated by President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. At the moment, only 1 out of the 3 solar-powered machines is functional, while the remaining 2 are faulty and out of use. Abdullahi Yamadi visited the irrigation site recently and tells us more.
At the moment, the only 1 solar-powered machine working at the dam site is pumping water for the irrigation farmers to water their crops, though they entertain fear of the unknown. The farmers are afraid that should anything technical or otherwise happen to the only solar machine, they stand the risk of losing all their crops. The other solar machines were damaged by heavy windstorm, which destroyed the panels on other components. We are extremely happy with farming activities here, but the only thing itching our minds is with the solar-powered machines installed at the dam site, which, if care is not taken, something unusual will happen. We appeal to the relevant authorities to repair the 2 solar machines that were damaged by rainstorm and start paying people manning them to save us from potential loss of our crops. Besides this, the staff employed to operate and guard the machines against thieves and vandals are threatening to abandon their jobs, as they have never been paid a dime since their engagement about 3 years ago. We cannot continue like this. We have never been paid a penny since our engagement for almost 3 years now, and our major problem is we cannot disengage without handing over these facilities to the authorities, and we cannot tell you which agency is responsible. Some are saying it is National Agricultural Land Development Agency NALDA, while others are saying the project was handed over to the state government. We do not know what to do. Following a heavy windstorm, some of the solar panels were forcefully removed and damaged. We recovered some of them inside the dam and taken to the engineer for safekeeping, and 2 of the inverters are also faulty. All efforts to get National Agricultural Land Development Authority (NALDA) to speak on that matter were not successful, as the office at the Federal Secretariat Complex in Katsina remained under lock and key all the times Trust TV visited. Residents are left wondering how government expended billions of naira here, but left without proper security and maintenance arrangements of the equipment installed. Irrigation farmers and those manning the solar machines are appealing to Governor Dikko Umaru Rada to, as a matter of urgency, intervene and rescue them from potential loss of investments. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
The Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Kyari, on Monday identified the lack of accurate data for farmers as a key issue adversely affecting agricultural programs in Nigeria. In his presentation to the National Assembly Joint Committee on Agriculture, the minister also noted that corruption within the sector significantly undermines food security in the country. Chairman of the Senate Committee on Agriculture, Saliu Mustafa, acknowledged the ministry's underfunding and pledged the National Assembly's support to help meet the aspirations of the Nigerians in the agricultural sector. Earlier, the ministry proposed a total budget of 362.940 billion naira for the 2024 fiscal year.
Our main problem today is clean data of farmers. Unless and until we have that, we can never get agriculture right. And I'm saying it without any fear of favor.
We all agreed in the interactive session during the budget presentation that the ministry is getting less than it needs. And in our own effort, whatever we can do, we've assured them, we will make sure we support them to see that they at least achieve, and in doing that, we intend to sit with the leadership to also let them know the yearnings of the people.
In a foreign scene, armed men have stormed a military base in northwestern Pakistan, killing at least 20 people, with the number of casualties expected to rise. The attack took place on Tuesday in the town of Daraban, about 60 kilometers, 35 miles from Dera Ismail Khan city in the Restiv province of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, located at the edge of the lawless tribal regions bordering Afghanistan. At least 34 people were injured and taken to a military hospital. The fighters rammed a vehicle laden with explosive into the main gate of the police station, following up with a gun attack. Pakistani group Tehreek-e-Jihad Pakistan, which has emerged recently, said in a statement that its fighters carried out the attack aimed at the Pakistani army. In sports, Turkish football bosses suspended all leagues after a referee was punched to the ground by a club president following a top-flight game on Monday. Halil Umut Mela was struck by MKE Ankara-Gucci president Faruk Kocha, who ran to the pitch after his team conceded a 97th minute equalizer in a 1-1 Super League draw with Chaykov Rizespor. Now, Miller received several blows from others as he lay on the turf and suffered injuries, including a minor fracture. The incident sparked chaotic scenes involving players and club officials. Mela, 37, is one of Turkey's top referees and officiates international games for FIFA. He is also on UEFA's elite referee list. And finally, a showdown between Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo is on the cards after Inter Miami confirmed their details of 2 upcoming friendlies in Saudi Arabia during their pre-season tour next year. The Major League Soccer club had already announced plans for the team to face Ronaldo's Al Nassr in Riyadh without confirming a date. Familiar foes Messi and Ronaldo are set to meet at the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh on February 1st after taking on Saudi powerhouses Al Hilal at the same venue on January 29th. Messi and Ronaldo, who have faced each other more than 30 times in their careers, have won 13 Ballon d'Or awards between them, within the Argentinian leading that race 8-5. Messi received an offer to play in the Saudi League after leaving Paris Saint-Germain, but opted to sign with Miami, where he led the team to a trophy in the League's Cup and sent ticket prices skyrocketing. And with that, we wrap up news updates on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and join our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentaries. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.